Hi, this is Ganesh Kumar from AR Pro Academy. Today we are going to discuss touch points. What are touch points? There are several touch points for a customer, right from the first contact till he takes delivery of your car. And then again, it's a continuous thing where the touch points also affect your the sales, the service, and his loyalty. So, do you have a touch point plan? This is what I ask my colleagues in the dealership. So, unless you have a positive or a proactive touch point plan, you will not be able to go through the buyer journey. There are several instances where because the touch points are not handled in a positive manner, a customer walks out halfway. That is from the sales funnel itself, you can find the customer walking out. One of the main touch point is promise less, deliver more. But what actually happens in a dealership is the other way around. We promise a lot of things, but finally at the time of delivering the car, we find that most of the things what we have promised is not there in the car. Before we go into the car, let me share a story. This is a story which I had come across during my childhood itself. In a village, a remote village, children, they get a pocket money of hardly, those days we call it Anna, 4 annas, which is a 25 paise, which is not in circulation today. So while going to the school or coming back from the school, the children go to a candy store and they buy, those days the most popular or what the children could afford was an orange candy. All of you would have come across an orange candy. It has the shape of orange slices from the real orange, and the taste also was something which was the children really enjoyed. So for 25 paise or that 4 anna, they get about 100 grams. So they were buying it from one shop, and there was another shop just opposite or across the road. Both these shops were managed by ladies, and the children used to call them auntie. So after some time, the children shifted their purchase from the other shop, that is the opposite that particular shop. And this lady, the first of the first shop, she started wondering why did the children shift their purchase from the other shop. She tried to attract them back to her, but the children refused to come. So she loved the children, and then she wanted to find out why did she lose this particular business. It was not in terms of volume or in terms of revenue. It was not a big business, but since she loved them, she really wanted to know what happened. Why did the children leave her shop? So she asked a person to find out. In modern language, we call a consultant or a market researcher. So he went to the children and asked them, children, why is it that you have left this particular shop and then you are buying from the current shop? The children, all of them, in a loud voice, they said, this auntie gives us more. More? How can you buy 100 grams from both the shop? How is it more? So the children were not able to explain how they are getting more. So our consultant went back to the first shop and then told this lady, Madam, there the children says they are getting more. So she was also confused. How is it that both of us were giving the same quantity? You get 100 grams, they weigh it in a scale and then give it to them. But the children insisted, even though they were not able to explain, the children insisted that they are getting more. So let's see how the children were getting more from the shop. If you have this experience, or if you have had this kind of experience to buy from a grocery shop where you buy loose items, not packaged, loose items like sugar or something like that, there used to be a traditional mechanical weighing scale which has got to, on one side you keep the weight and the other side you keep the bowl, and then you pour or add that product to that particular bowl. So there are two types of weighing. In some cases where they keep the bowl and then keep on adding to it till you reach the first, till you reach the particular, the specific weight required. In the second case, they in the second case they add a huge quantity and then keep on taking away from it. So our consultant observed in both the shops how they were weighing it. So the auntie who was giving more was weighing in the later way. That is, she keeps the bowl and then keeps on adding. That means the children were able to see not only on one side of the scale, where with the added weight of the candy it keeps coming down, and in the other case a lot is added and then it is taken away from it, and then the level of the scale keeps on going up. So the consultant understood what the children were watching was the candy was being added, and their brain told them, yes, you are getting more, and in another case you are getting less. Actually, this is also an experiment where we define what is truth and what is fact. See, a fact has to be proven with evidence. That is how something becomes a fact. And a truth, it may be a belief, but a belief need not be a fact. So in this case, the children believed that they were getting more from this particular case. How do we relate this to a car showroom? Most of the time, when people go for a test drive vehicle is a fully loaded vehicle. That means with all accessories, everything. And the customer sees that vehicle, he takes it for a ride, he looks at the car, and then he sees all the accessories fitted in it, the fully loaded car. He is so happy when he sees it. And then while he takes delivery of the car, in many places I have seen this actually happening. He would have chosen a lesser variant which does not have all these accessories. So when he sees that his car, which is going to take delivery, does not have most of the accessories fitted on it, he is totally disappointed. It's the same situation where the children had faced. He had imagined that his car is going to be in this particular, with all these things fitted, a fully loaded car. But when he's taking delivery, he's totally disappointed that most of the things which he wanted or which he had thought was not there. So here is a typical case of promising more and delivering less. Can you see the difference? So after the test drive, in many cases where the customer is not explained, this is one of the touch points. So different variants of the car, different colors of the car, all these, what the customer wanted and what the customer was getting. So was not explained to the customers most of the time. There are small prints which you can see in our insurance. There are small prints written, bumper to bumper, they say. People believe that when you say bumper to bumper, everything is covered. But when he meets with an accident, then you are told most of the things like the rubber, plastics. The moment the car goes out and then out of the showroom and then it meets with an accident, he does not get any of these things. So these are all the areas or gray areas where the customer does not understand or it is not explained properly. This is, sir, this is what you are getting. This is what is being paid for. So my appeal to all of you is that whatever product which you are showing to the customer, and then once the test drive is over, it has to be explained in detail to the customer and then repeat it and make sure the customer understands what he gets. And it'll always be better that you tell the customer less items and then deliver more. We have a child in all of us where just like the children who were buying the candy, that we always want to have more than what is expected. And then we will never forgive a person for making us feel in a particular way, or we feel make them feel bad. Our memories or the brain cells are formed in such a way, there are certain things which happen during our childhood also go into our long term storage, and then that is called memory. Just like what we have in our laptops and your mobiles, read only memory or random access memory, that memory remains most of the time forever. And then, unless those touch points are taken care of or they are addressed in a proactive manner, I repeat the word proactive, which means you have to take initiative. The customer will contact you only once. Everything has to happen in advance. In a proactive manner, the customer has to be told this is the way things will happen. So please, you should have a clear idea or a touch point plan where all the touch points have to be addressed in a positive, proactive manner.